Hello and welcome back to Scoot Scoot Friday. We have with us a full team with us today. So we got Nadim, our COO, Chris, our CGO, and myself, and a lot of background teams as well joining us today.
Hey guys, there's some background noise. I don't know, someone's rattling around.
Like a dog tell you.
Okay, that's what it was. So we're all set. What's up, Austin, Justin, M5? Nice to see you guys back. We've got a couple of updates to share today, so it should be a pretty good episode. And obviously, let's get started with the big news that we announced this week, which is we officially announced the Apollo Pro launching on Indiegogo on July 12th. So for anybody here in the comments, we've been getting a lot of questions around, why did we decide to launch it on Indiegogo? What was the thinking around it? For an established company, why would you go down the crowdfunding path? And really, there are two main answers. The first one is that we were looking for a platform that would allow us to handle pre-orders, and Indiegogo is the best in the industry for delivering products with a 6-month wait approximately. In our case, we're hoping it's going to be a little bit less than that, but stay tuned for those details. And there are also a number of players that have already done this in the recent years. Segway, Super 73, and it's becoming increasingly popular to launch hardware products in the micromobility space via Indiegogo. And the second main reason is we are really looking to reach as broad of an audience as possible. And obviously, Indiegogo is a well-established platform with a ton of traffic going to their site. And we're looking to take advantage of that and establish the Pro really not just as the best hyper scooter on the market, but also our biggest launch to date. So hopefully that clarifies some of the questions that you may have had. And the date, once again, is July 12th. If you have not yet signed up to receive updates, please head on over to Indiegogo right now. If you search for Apollo Pro, you'll find our landing page. You can put in your email address, and then we're going to keep you updated about the whole journey the next 5 weeks and all the deals that will be available this once. And that's right, there will be amazing deals available this one time for the Apollo Pro. So if you're looking at this scooter, if you've been thinking about it, now's the time to tune in and really pull the trigger very soon. All right. Are there any questions about Indiegogo so far? Looks like we are, let's see. Saw some reviews of the new Segway GT2 without touching either the new Pro or the Segway. It's clear that the Pro is far and away the better scooter. Wonderful. Great comment. Looking yourself in review on this. Okay, cool. All right, so we're all caught up on questions. Wonderful. The next update is also an exciting one. We've been working on making ourselves as accessible and available to our customers as possible. And for a long time, that preferred channel of communication has been phone support. So being able to obviously call in and speak to an agent on the phone. And Nadim is with us here today to tell us a little bit more about what we announced this week and when we actually launched this week. So Nadim, why don't you talk us through it?
Yeah, sure. So phones are back at Apollo. It's been a minute. It's been a while since we've had the ability to get on the phone with a customer experience agent. A few different reasons for that. We really wanted to put a focus on providing as much self-serve as possible, focusing on our email channels and our chat channels. We've made so many massive improvements in our ability to respond to customers in a timely manner, focusing a lot more on solidifying our internal and sort of external documentation as well. I think, our help desks and our chat assistant are far and above and sort of beyond what you might expect from another electric scooter provider. So that has been a lot of the focus. And I think we're finally in a position where we feel like, we're ready to take on a new channel. We've done 2 pretty big launches in terms of support channels so far this year with video support, which has been amazing. A lot of really positive feedback from our customers. We're I think like a 97% satisfaction on video support. We're able to resolve a lot of cases for people just by getting on a video call. And that's been great for technical support. I think what's been missing is some of the more, order management type questions, or, just wanting to get on the phone to get an update about something or ask a question. That has been missing. Really, the best way to do that in the past was on chat. But we wanted to give our customers the flexibility and the option to choose which channel works best for you. So phones are now live. The number is on the site and the contact us page. You also have the ability to make a request for a call via the chat assistant. So for now, it's specifically callback requests. So you'll just be able to sort of submit a request, and we'll give you a call back when we can. We're doing that, where we're calling people back pretty quickly. And the idea is to, continue to improve on that process, make sure that our agents are as trained as possible to answer any question that comes their way, and then slowly expanding that service so that it moves away from being a callback request towards, just picking up the phone, calling us, and us answering you without putting you on hold, which I know is from experience as a consumer, a very frustrating experience to just kind of wait endlessly until someone can get back to you. So very excited about that, and looking forward to having those types of conversations with our customers on a day-to-day basis moving forward.
Nice. Yeah, it's super exciting. And I think customers are really starting to appreciate this, all the efforts, all the work that's gone into making our customer agents more accessible. We know that there's nothing more frustrating than having a problem and not being able to get any help. So hopefully this is a small glimpse into the amount of work that's gone into making this a reality. And a lot more exciting developments coming in the coming months as well. So Nadim's been hard at work at making our CX pretty incredible.
Yeah. The team has been hard at work, preparing it themselves. So I would just shout out our customer experience team. They work super, super hard to answer the infinite variety of questions that our customers have. And I think that's one of the things that's so cool about Apollo is that, we focus so much on trying to create resources for customers so that our customers are able to answer their questions themselves, or at least have access to those resources. And then every day we find out that, a customer is asking a question that we have never heard of before. And that curiosity is really exciting, but also a challenge as well. So the team works really, really hard to make sure that anytime one agent helps a customer answering one question, that information is being documented both internally and then also externally, so that our knowledge bases are always growing and becoming sort of more relevant to the products we have, but also the types of questions our customers are experiencing as our business grows too. So shout out to our customer experience team for all the hard work that they do.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that you just mentioned is now starting to trickle down into things like the app, right? As of recently, we are now supporting Mavinoid, which is the kind of smart assistant, if you will, that's now fully embedded in the app. So once again, a lot of that knowledge capture that's happening on chats, let's say, is now also available in Mavinoid form via the app. So pretty exciting updates there. There are a few questions, so let's run through these. What do you guys think about the police really starting to crack down on the scooters in Montreal? How is this affecting a business for Apollo? Chris, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So Montreal, like many other cities, is still trying to regulate and even understand electric scooters. So right now, if you ask literally where the law is, it's still quite a gray zone in Montreal. A police can stop you, not really know what the law is even. And if you contest a ticket, you're most likely to win. So it's still a bit of a gray zone. Our biggest recommendation is really just until they find a proper way to provide insurance for scooter riders, like they're doing in the UK, in Norway, etc. It's still going to be one of those things in which we would just say, wear helmets, ride with respect. Like the top speed in a bike lane, for example, is 30 kilometers an hour in Montreal. So don't, ride 45, 60 kilometers an hour. And at the end of the day, we're waiting for the government to get back to us in terms of, okay, these are the steps you need to take as a company to be able to sell these legal, like to help your riders be fully legal and certified. And then once the government does that, then insurance companies will come in and provide insurance for customers, and then the customers can purchase insurance. But for now, they're still working on a plan, and we're still in the loop with them. So whenever we get new updates on this, we'll share it with the public. But for now, please just ride safely, always wear a helmet, don't ride on the sidewalks, be respectful on the road. And again, if you do get a ticket, I would just strongly suggest contesting it, because they still don't have a legal framework yet in Montreal for it.
Cool. Thanks, Chris. There's a question about receiving 2 emails regarding the Indiegogo campaign launch with 2 different discounts or sort of perceived value offers that we're going to be launching the scooter with. So Justin, I suspect you're probably on 2 mailing lists, one for Canada, one for the US. The Pro will be launching at a fixed price, which is communicated in US dollars, so in US currency. But if you're a Canadian customer, what you'll see is that amount converted into Canadian dollars. Now, where the two different discounts come in is we have lower operating costs in Canada as a business. There are no duties on scooters, for example, as opposed to in the US, we actually pay 20% duties on all imports. So we're choosing to pass these savings along to our customers. So the greater discount in Canada is meant to reflect our lower operating costs in Canada for Canadian customers. So if you're in Canada, you'll receive a link with a slightly larger discount on the Pro. If you're in the US, you'll receive still a discount, and honestly a fantastic one, to be honest. We worked really, really hard to make it as appealing as possible. And I'll explain what the up to 800 USD means in a second. But that's essentially what's going to happen. There will be a discount for the US and then another discount for Canada. In terms of what's going to be offered in that launch deal, in that launch package, the Pro will be discounted down to 3,499 USD. So it's going to be a $500 discount, which is really, really massive. And we have been working really hard with the suppliers, with the factory, with our own team to make this possible. Obviously, it's a big discount, and it's difficult for us to pass a huge amount of savings along all the way at the beginning, because we've obviously been investing in this product for the last 2 years, 2.5 years. And at some point we do need to start thinking about, the business viability of this launch. However, we decided that because a lot of you have stuck with us for this massive, massive journey, we do want to make it as accessible as possible to as many of you as possible. So we're sort of foregoing our own, profit on the first few hundred units in favor of really just making this product as widespread as possible. In terms of the other $300, we will be offering a combination of all sorts of cool accessories. There will be a fast charger that the scooter comes with. There will be an upgraded toolkit that it also comes with. And then there will be a number of services that will be included in this. So Connect Plus is the flagship service that we'll be launching the Pro with. It's the GPS connectivity that gives you access to things like your scooter's location, a kill switch capability, and whatnot. And that will usually cost some amount on a monthly basis. But as one of the early backers, you'll get access to a bulk amount of months free of charge. So another way of saying thank you for your support. Okay, there was a question about the Ghost. Will the Mach 1 controller for Phantom and Ghost be able to receive firmware updates with the app optimizations and such? Elwa. I think you're muted, Elwa.
Yes, it can. It's the same as the Mach 2. Can push a firmware update if there needs to be. Yeah.
Perfect. Someone's interested in getting the upgrade for the Ghost. Are you guys addressing the overheating issues?
Yeah, so I think this question is from who exactly? Just for because I see two questions about overheating. So for the first one, in our video, we do make it very clear how to install the controller with the thermal pad to prevent overheating, and that's working 100%. We have 1,005 Phantom right now registered. I was just looking in the backend, registered in the app, and the average temperature of all of them is 50 degrees Celsius. The maximum is like 95 before you enter the thermal throttling. So yeah, it's not, if you do get the overheating, well, it's probably because check your setting if you're not like at 10 and regen and 10 acceleration, and make sure you do have the thermal pad properly installed. There's a way to install it that we already specified in the video. But no, it's not an issue, the overheating. Quite the opposite. It's the Phantom runs cooler than the City Pro, for example. So yes, and I was looking at your ride, Fernando George camera, and well, you are close to overheating, 95 here. I see on two rides, but you are always full throttle. I counted 55 times full throttle and holding it full current. So there is some expectation management. Again, make sure you put the thermal pad correctly, and that should fix it.
Cool. Thanks. Well, there's another question for you here about Indiegogo Apollo Pros, which are expected to come with the Mach 2 controller. What about the beta orders already made? I saw in the video that they are coming with a Mach 1 controller.
So it's all Mac 2. It's just a printing mistake. I think every time we launch a new controller, we have this. Like last time, Montreal was not spelled properly with the Mac 1. Now it's the Mac 1 instead of the Mac 2. When we were in China, I took it and we're like, what is that? And we just said it's fine for now, but it's the Mac 2 inside. It's only the Mac 2 that can fit the IoT, for example. So of course, you have the Mac 2 with the performance of the Mac 2.
And what is the difference between the Mac 1 and the Mac 2?
The total wattage that you can get from the motor, one has 250, 300 watt more. It's 30 amp instead of 25. The connectivity to the smart BMS, the Mac 1, you cannot connect a smart BMS to it. The Mac 2, you can. There's an extra port for that. The light box that we use for the Pro is different, and the output for the wireless charger for quad lock.
Nice. Okay. Well, do you know when the new fenders for the Phantom V3 will be available? Mine keeps banging on every bump.
We're gonna make spare part kit available soon for all models. It's gonna be available for the Phantom as well. I don't know, maybe Nazim, you know better than me when that's gonna be available as a spare part.
Yeah, nothing, no concrete dates yet, but we're working on that. There's a bit of an overhaul on spare parts generally that we're working through. We're trying to create assembly kits for parts rather than the way that we do it now, where we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of spare parts that need to be managed. And it's just not the best way of doing things. So we'll have a lot more information on that to come. But yeah, for now, unfortunately, no date.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think we owe the community an update on spare parts. Maybe we can dedicate an episode to more operational revamp initiatives we're doing in the coming weeks. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Will Apollo make an outdoor scooter cover for the Pro?
Outdoor scooter cover. We made a cockpit this week and put a design of a cockpit close. Yeah, so it's design. I need now to check is it feasible. A couple things, but we did design one for fun. So maybe we can post it on Facebook and ask what people think. It's pretty cool. It's just yeah, I don't know. We're gonna post it and people can let us know what they think.
All right. Can I clarify? Did the Phantom V3 just get decommissioned and a new Phantom with more features just launched in the last couple of weeks? I don't think so. So unless there's a surprise, Elwha has been holding out. My understanding is that it's
maybe
V3.
Maybe it's someone. I think there was a Facebook post, and I think it's important to clarify. We're always making like very small upgrades onto every single batch of scooters, whether it could be a bolt, a fender, like brackets, whatever. So you always will see a small upgrades as you go, depending on which batch you get. So that's probably where someone's saying, "Oh, I got a fender that has a stronger line, or this, whatever. Is this a new one versus the old one?" It's normal. We're listening to customer feedback every batch we get, and every improvement we can make, we do. And if it isn't on yours, then most likely we will make it available as an upgrade, or get you the parts afterwards. So just take everything you see on Facebook with a grain of salt. I would say just come and ask us. And if it's a small upgrade, again, you always will see new upgrades on different batches. So that's probably where that Phantom discrepancy is coming from.
There's Sebastian who's wondering about what sounds like a delay on beta units. So Sebastian, I'm not sure where you are. It sounds like you are in Montreal because you're referencing an event. So the Canadian shipment is, last we heard, leaving on Monday, I believe, and arriving in Vancouver on July 13th, in Montreal the last week of July. So we're still trending for a July delivery. We know it's a little bit later than expected, but do believe me when I say that it's not because we are sitting on those scooters and deciding how much to delay them by. It's because the team is constantly learning how to assemble them, discovering new challenges with the assembly, realizing that there are some tolerances that were perhaps not met. And so they're actually in total problem fixing mode and really making sure that the scooters that we deliver to you are perfect. We don't want to deliver these beta units, even though the expectation is that, you know, they are meant to reveal some further learnings about the product, we want to make sure that we do our job, we do our part in making this as complete and comprehensive and quality test of a product as possible. So all the delays are really just stemming from the fact that we're being extra diligent in QCing the production. All right, so will you please provide the new V8 throttles to Phantom V3 owners?
No, and the reason is I didn't make it with like the same connector. On the Phantom, you have the easy plug connector. On the City, Air, and Pro, it's another type of connector. If we do it, it's going to be like a one batch thing. So maybe we could do like almost open like pre-order, get reservation for this, and we make one big batch. But for now, no, it's not in the plan. That's I think the one that we give with it, it's great. But yeah, I don't know if we want to. Yeah, we just didn't. It's a compatibility issue right now. That's the only reason why. If you buy it like as a spare part of the CD or the Air, it will not fit on the Phantom. You'll have to cut it and solder it. So for now, that's what it is.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think we already went over the Mach 1 controller heating question, so we'll move on to the next one. Going to change my steering bolt on my Phantom this weekend. A little worried it will fall apart. Might get a second person to help. Do I really need Loctite, or can I just use the torque wrench? Lawa, you got any technical tips for?
Yeah, you need Loctite. There's already Loctite applied, but you might as well just apply more to be safe. And yes, ideally, if you have a torque wrench, use it to the torque that we specified. So yes, it's always better to put the proper torque on every screws of the scooter, and even more on this critical one.
Mm-hmm. And Stephen has a question as well about when you'll be receiving the bolt for the Phantom. We're fulfilling them currently. Believe we should be done all of them by today. So if you haven't received any yet, then you will by next week.
Yeah, perfect. I got an error for the V3 throttle. Is there a new one coming? If you got an error, please reach out to our customer support team. They'll be able to assist you with diagnosing the issue and getting you a solution. Unfortunately, there isn't a new throttle coming because we are not aware of there being an issue with the current V3 throttle. So what's likely going to happen is there'll probably be a replacement that will be recommended to you. Will you be able to provide COC documents for scooters in the future, especially old models?
That's certificate of compliance. So all of our scooters already have certificate of compliance. That's how we're able to sell in the US, Canada, and in Europe. If there's anything specific, Jock, that you're referring to, let us know. But it depends on what you need it for, and you can probably reach out to the team, and we can provide it if you're exporting your scooter, etc. Just reach out to the team. But we have literally all the certification needed for our scooters.
Cool. All right, Jock, another question. Do you, as a big company, work for new legislation regarding scooters in any way? You want to take a stab at that one? Or Chris?
Go for it, Chris.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, when we have the opportunity to, we do in terms of, for example, regulation in Spain, they just opened it up as of January next year. We're already getting our scooters tested and certified to be ready for that. So anything that a country puts forward, we go ahead with it, such as a UL certification in the US as well. We're already on that as well. So yeah, we are very diligently doing this as soon as it becomes available, and our teams are working hard at it. But yeah.
Cool.
Is there a limit to Indiegogo signups on July 12th to purchase the Pro? We want to know if you should be stocking the signup page. You should absolutely be stocking the signup page on a daily basis. That said, it will only really open on July 12th. But who knows? Maybe there is some interesting discussion posts coming. There is a discussion section of the Indiegogo landing page, so keep an eye out on that. In terms of the quantity, there will be 300 units that have the top discount available. And then the 301st customer will have a less, aggressive discount, and so on and so forth. So basically, there are 300 units that will be available, kind of with those top tier discounts. And then, first come, first serve. So I would recommend that you stay tuned. There will be a specific time when we launch the campaign. So obviously, the sooner to that launch time you hop onto the site and make your purchase, the higher the chances you'll be able to secure that top tier discount. I know it's still early, but with the Explore, will it be roughly comparable to the City Pro in regards to performance? Where does it fit in with the current lineup? Eloi, you want to take a stab at that one?
Well, we are redoing the whole lineup, so that's going to fit better in the new lineup. If we compare the Explore and the City, we're just reviewing. We got the new file of the Explore today for the second prototype. It's a 52-volt scooter, expensive. It's like the Pro, right? You get like you get the IoT, you get the speaker, you get the nice kickstand, you get the swappable battery, all the COB lights. So those things come at a cost, so it's a more, I guess, premium experience of a scooter. The City Pro is still, I think, fantastic value for money. The Explore too. It depends just what you prioritize. But yeah, the City, you have like dual spring suspension, or triple even at this point, but front and back. The Explore is going to be rubber in the new one. You have again, if like some of those features are very appealing to you, like the swappable battery, well, then the Explore is going to be for you. But the Explore is just by default with the battery that it's going to be equipped with, it's a more powerful machine than the City. And it's still, it's going to be released only next year. So I think it's going to make more sense for people when we're going to be at that stage presenting the new lineup with the Lite, the Explore, and the Pro, how it fits in comparison with the City.
Yeah, it's all meant to come together and share a lot of similar design, language, features, and compatibilities from an app point of view as well. So there is a bigger undercurrent here for sure. When is the Flamingo coming out, Ola?
It's not. It was April's Fool, so don't wait for that. It would be nice, but yeah, I don't think it would be possible. The battery and the current you need, we got some pictures of one of the people making the Mac controller, the Mac 1, the Mac 2. They're making something similar, and they were sharing the spec, and the controller and the battery, it's like 6 times the more powerful than the one you have on the Pro. So imagine fitting that in the Flamingo. It would be physically impossible. Very cool idea, but yeah, it's only a joke.
Nothing's impossible.
Nadim, you want to tell us what's going on with Warranty Plus in Canada?
Yeah. So Warranty Plus in Canada, agreement is basically finalized with the provider. We have been working on this for quite a while, but it's been out of our hands. We are not able to provide an extended warranty product ourselves. We need to work through a company that is then taking out insurance, an insurance policy for that. There's a lot of regulation when it comes to insurance. So all in all, long story short, the agreement's almost finalized. Once the agreement's finalized, it's just a question of making sure that we're integrating everything we need to integrate on our site, so that we can start providing an extended warranty in Canada. So that's where we're at today. We've been in this sort of finalization stage for a while now. But like I said, it's a bit out of our hands. So we are trying to do our best to expedite this. I know that, our Canadian customers have been reaching out a lot, asking for an extended warranty. But like I said, it's a bit of a challenge. So as soon as it's ready, you'll know. You'll know as soon as we're in a position where we feel like we're ready to announce it with a date. You will be the first to know. So we'll keep you in the loop on that.
And Nadim, is it fair to say that we'll likely be offering some sort of a retro, active purchase situation to our Canadian customers? So if they've bought in the last 12 months, maybe they'll have an option to buy.
So we did that in the US. We are actually able to negotiate that with Extend. It's not something that they normally do. But we were able to email and send a code, or essentially a link, to all of our customers who purchased in the last year in order to have the opportunity to buy an extended warranty, which was great. Because I think, we wanted to, one of the things we always try to do is anytime we release something new, we don't want people who've, purchased a product in the past, who have supported us in the past, to feel left out or be left out from something new and exciting that's coming to Apollo. So for sure, we're going to try to do that. the same way in Canada. But again, it's out of our hands, right? Like we don't get to make those decisions, unfortunately. So we'll advocate for it, we'll push for it, but I can't say for sure that it'll happen, unfortunately. But we'll do our best.
All right. Release dates for the new Apollo lock. I'm not sure we actually announced the new Apollo lock, so I'm surprised that nobody knows about the Apollo lock. Maybe we talked about it here. Probably talked about it here, right?
I don't know yet. We need to make the second prototype, I think, and then we're gonna decide see with it. But so far it's going well. When we did, we requested all the change from the first. Also post the video of the first prototype on Facebook. To type if they are able to do it like we want. I think release date, let's say, hopefully to time it. I'm trying to time it with the Pro.
I think Alba's connection is breaking up a little bit, but yeah, long story short, in case anybody missed that, yeah, we're trying to have the new lock available at the same time as the Pro deliveries in November. Interesting suggestion from Austin, Nadim. What do you think about offering a low-cost subscription model for next day shipping of wearable parts, vendors, tires, screws?
Yeah. So Austin, I love the suggestions. I believe you also suggested a loaner program for people who are waiting for repairs as well. So yes, for sure. We're looking into a couple things. So the Apollo Plus really was built as a program that would help us sort of create an ecosystem around our products, right? So we were able to do that with the shipping part of the journey with Ship Plus. We were able to do that with the QC Plus, which would be sort of the unboxing and the first ride. And then now with Warranty Plus being offered as well on top of sort of our regular warranty, sort of extending the lifespan of the scooter and making sure that you are able to have product coverage for up to 3 years, which is a huge compared to obviously 1 year. So the next thing that we're looking at with regards to Plus is consumables and what we could do to set it up in a way where, you know, we have these maintenance guides where we recommend that you are servicing your scooter every so often, or you're replacing certain components every 500 kilometers or every 1,000 kilometers, whatever that is. So we are looking at creating a program around spare parts that would work with those maintenance guides, so that, you know, we're able to not just suggest that you replace the components, but also provide you a way where it's easy, where you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to place the order. We'll do that for you. So it is a little bit of a big scope because we know we do need to have it integrated with the app. We do want to see how much mileage that you're using, and so that we can kind of proactively send you those parts. So there's a few different considerations to make. But yes, we are thinking about it, and really it would probably be like a Care Plus type program. That's kind of like the name that we have for it right now. So it's in the works. But yeah, I think for the rest of the summer, unlikely. Maybe something that we start looking into in the fall.
Cool. I want to be mindful of time. We are 5 minutes over already. We're going to power through the rest of the questions, and then we need to announce the winner of this week's Apollo Air 2021 giveaway, which is really exciting. So, do you plan on doing any more upgrade kits for the Phantom in the future? No, as Alba mentioned in the past, this is our final upgrade release to the Apollo Phantom, so no future updates coming. There is no Loctite on the Bolt, I imagine, that came with my V3 upgrade kit. Which type of Loctite is best? Alba, is it red Loctite?
Yeah,
Red. Yep.
It's red Loctite. Jog, I think your question has been addressed. Alwa, do you have any suggestions on how to upgrade the suspension to hydraulic for the Phantom?
Don't. You can't. Sorry. It's a custom made.
Okay, yeah, don't do that, and it'll probably void your warranty as well. So that said, if you are looking for something a little bit more interesting on the Phantom, maybe the off-road tires are a nice upgrade. We do have those on our website, I'm pretty sure still. So that's something that could potentially, give you a little bit of that extra comfort. Will there be a new City Pro? Yes, there will be a City 2023 that will be releasing for pre-order in the coming weeks, probably about 3 weeks from now, end of June. It will essentially be the current City with the upgrade kit installed, right? So just out of the factory, it'll be coming with the upgrade kit installed. So fairly evolutionary changes, more than revolutionary changes, but they're really it's like this notion of 1,000 little cuts, right? Like the scooter is overall great, but it can be a tiny imperfection here and there, and all together it adds up to a few more substantial issues. So with the City 2023, we're really excited because a lot and the team have been hard at work to eliminate these 1,000 little cuts, and it's going to be a really, really solid and refined scooter. So stay tuned. Apollo Pro is releasing on July 12th. Elwha sounds wasted. Yeah, I think we already went over that. Would love to see a concierge that calls a day or so after delivery to follow up with customers. I think I am so lost. I think a lot of confusion is coming as I bought like just before you relaunching products, but would be nice to have a call as a proactive follow-up. Nadim, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges is, we're currently still, I saw a comment where it was like, you're a big company, are you influencing legislation or anything? And although, for me, we're still a very small company, and we're still, we're still within our roadmap of what are where are we at today and where do we want to get to in the future? And I think we get to a point in the future where we're able to be so much more proactive from a customer support perspective, and do things like this, like go the extra mile for our customers proactively. We're still very much in a reactive phase. We're still very much in a position where we are very much stuck with servicing and supporting the customers that are having issues, rather than having the time and space to be a bit forward-looking and maybe do some of this sort of like proactive follow-up, scheduling some time with, potentially through a video call with for your setup of your scooter to go over some of like the safety checks and what are some of the important things that you should be doing. Those are all things that we are thinking about, right? Ways that we can evolve into. Right now, it's very much still setting up the structure and the foundation. And, we're still launching new channels like phone support, launching a few days ago. So we're still very much like in the early days on a lot of these initiatives. But yeah, for sure, I would love to be able to be much more proactive with our customers and, help them even before they have an issue. But we're not quite there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we take one of these sessions in a few weeks as well, and we actually just walk through our 3-step master plan that we've been talking about for quite a few years. And I think it's pretty obvious to everyone, to the 4 of us, but I think a lot of customers just keep asking the same questions, like how does this product fit into this lineup? Like what's the point of IoT? And I think maybe just outlining the 3 to 5 year vision would sort of once and for all answer a lot of these questions and help you piece the little, puzzle pieces together. So we can bookmark that for another session. Okay, I want to just really, really wrap it up now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. There is one last announcement we need to make, which is the winner of this week's giveaway. And the lucky individual who will be getting a free Apollo Air 2021 is Karen Jarris. So Karen, if you are watching, congratulations. If you are not watching, our team will be reaching out to you via email or Instagram to coordinate the delivery of your free Apollo Air. Congratulations. To everybody else who tuned in, thank you so much. We always appreciate you coming out and asking us questions. We want to keep these sessions as engaging as possible. So if there are any topics we haven't yet touched on, do let us know and we'll be happy to go there. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.